I'm here with the Bishop Heelan baseball coaching staff here. Guys, thank you very much for joining me on this edition of Coach's Corner.
You bet. Thanks for having us.
All right, well, first off, you guys had a phenomenal season this year. And Coach Osborne, let's start with you. I mean, what was it like just going through this season for you?
Well, it was unique, knowing that this was probably going to be the last season for me. Coach Taylor knew, but outside of him and my wife and, the administration at Heelan, we kept it under wraps. But I think for the most part it was business as usual until we get to the playoffs and then the news kind of trickled out, and then it got a little bit strange. But it was a great summer. It couldn't have gone. Obviously I'd like to be playing today if we could, but aside from that, it's gone exactly the way I hoped it would.
And one big part of your guys' team this year was pitching. Coach, what was it like working with Nathan Gaswink, Caleb Lefevre, Ethan Erickson, and the rest of that pitching staff this year?
Yeah, I mean, those guys are just incredibly hard workers. I love working with them. They show up every single day, just ready to go to work, ready to just be the leaders of the pitching staff. I think my biggest role was just calling pitches for them, making sure they have everything they need. It was just incredible working with them.
And I wouldn't be doing my job if I wasn't talking about your guys' quarterfinal matchup. The walk-off, there was a pretty big stop sign that was being put up by Coach Taylor there. So I've got Coach Osborne's version of the play. Take me through your eyes, what you saw on that walk-off knock from Ethan Erickson.
Yeah, they're playing Ethan deep, rightfully so, and had a home run earlier in the game. So went through some substitutions, got some speed on the bases. 2 outs, we're off and running anyway, so we're expecting him to get to third. He rounds third hard. Really was thinking about maybe sending it if it was a ball to left, but watching their outfielders, their center fielder, right fielder wasn't somebody we really wanted to test. So we had that stop sign. That stop sign didn't necessarily stop Austin, and really excited it worked out the way it did. The throw was high and a little bit off the plate and gave us a chance. So I thought stop sign was the right call, but no, good job type situation. So smiles all around.
Have you ever been happier to have someone ignore a stop sign than in that moment right there?
That's the best ran stop sign we've ever had. So happy to have that one.
And then kind of a full circle moment for you, Coach. You mentioned off camera earlier that your pitching coach here is the son of your high school coach at Okoboji. What's it been like kind of having that full circle moment?
It's been awesome. Coach Wesselman, his dad's been around a couple times throughout the summer. We ran into him in Remsen. Was at our game the other night. A guy that I have the utmost respect for, that I learned a ton from, and really feel like was the starting point of my baseball journey and baseball career. And I worked with Corby McLaughlin at Briarcliff and was able to coach Jacob there a little bit. So we had that relationship previously, and we've been trying for a couple years to get him on staff and get him involved with our program, and finally made it work. It's been awesome. His knowledge and expertise in pitching and experience having played really high level baseball, it's been awesome, and relates really well with the guys. So I think his baseball coaching career, obviously at the beginning, is probably going to be very similar to his father's.
And then Coach Osborne, you mentioned earlier, this is your last season as the head coach at Bishop Heelan. And we talked earlier in the season about it. You said you didn't want to talk about it until it's over.
Right.
Now that it is, take me through what's going through your head as you kind of walk off for the final time with Bishop Heelan.
Yeah, it still kind of feels like business as usual, right? I mean, we know we've got to have the banquet. We got to put the season to bed. I was talking to a few guys last night and felt like probably really won't hit me until February, which is when we usually start our preseason stuff, where everybody else will be going to the indoor to start the season, and I'll be sitting on the couch watching whatever, And this was a great season, a special group. My daughter graduated a year ago and was in the dugout with us, and she was really close with most of those seniors, and it just so many wonderful memories. 18 years. I said it after the game. I'll say it again. Heelan is such a special place, and a place that's transformed me. It's transformed my family and changed all of our lives. So just feel incredibly blessed to be able to do it for 18 years and have some success and be around some tremendous kids.